Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Pro Modcast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1v1 on Dicey Ambush. Over in the Sisters of Battle corner, we have got Neo. And over in the Steel Legion side, we have Blueman52. Blueman going to go for a couple of Pioneers, a couple of Steel Legion Guardsmen, and the Ammunition Bunker. Whereas you wouldn't believe it, we've got a Pristine Sanctuary, a Adeptus Sororitas Convent, and a Plasma Generator over on the Sisters of Battle corner. So possible Seraphims once again. I mean, not to knock, it is probably the best opener for the Sisters, especially when you're on a map such as Dicey Ambush. We have not seen it on the channel yet. It's quite a large map, to be honest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 regular old strategic points on their side of the map, as well as a relic in this nice protective curve. We have a crystalline blue clear river snaking its way through the map, as well as 3 critical locations right down in the middle, with the natural one also nice and safe, much like the relic for each player. There we go, got some Seraphins on the way. Missionaries in squads of 3, able to get their shotguns out as and when they please, just capturing their strategic points around them. Pioneers going about building up listening posts as the Steel Legion lads move out on the town. A little bit different from the Steel Legion Guardsmen that we see in Unification. They do not have access to grenade launchers as of yet. We're either going for missile launcher, sniper rifle, or a plasma rifle. Also, not that impressive at range, but quite decent in melee. Got some Rough Riders as well, going to jump out, and a Lord Commissar just to boot. You have lots of limbs on the... Oh no, not limbs, they're just detritus left from orcs past. Is that a body? Oh, there we go. One knob over there on the floor, wasting away. Seraphims moving into Steel Legion base, and they're going to... Oh, they're going to start slapping about in close combat. And that's an interesting one. I mean, 15-20 in melee damage against 29-35. It's I mean, possibly a misclick. Do have some other Seraphins moving in, going to support their sisters by also moving into close combat. Well, okay, fair enough. Slapping them with pistols as the Rough Riders stab them away with their lances. But the Seraphins do seem to be holding pretty well. Don't have Lord Commissar and the Steel Legion offering firing support. But yeah, the Seraphins, mean and old ladies in close combat apparently. Gonna take another model down as these Rough Riders run away. These guardsmen not engaging in close combat, they're trying to fire away with their little rifles. Seraphins trying to corner off these Rough Riders, almost taking out a full squad before being engaged by a second squad of Rough Riders. Very unusual opening. And that's what we like, a little bit of difference, a little bit of spice, a little bit of sapphire to spicing up this curry. Rough Riders don't seem to be dissuaged by the lack of speed that their horses possess. Seraphins using their ability to fire backwards to their full advantage, as these horses are not having the best of days. Seraphins will see these Pioneers build a unit that is able to cap strategic, critical, and relic points. They're also not too bad in combat. Obviously, you wouldn't want to send them in combat alone, but against other builder units, they do fairly alright in the grand scheme of things. These Seraphins are just absolute tanks, not wanting to give up one smidge of land, even with all these Rough Riders all about the town. I'm just going to continue to fall back. They are a bit surrounded at the moment there, potentially a little bit out of their depth. Well, once again, they will defy the Rough Riders, jumping over this side and trying to make a mess of these Steel Legionnaires as they were going towards the Sisters' base. Some missionaries will be moving forward. Got some green doofus coming from the Commissar as the Seraphins continue to slap and pistol whip everyone that they can. Rough Riders deciding that it's a bad job to try and beat these Sisters in close combat. They're just going to find these missionaries, but leave the Legionnaires to deal with them. They have a Canoness on the field. Brazier are blazing, fighting those Steel Legionnaires in close combat, while the Rough Riders go straight into the listening post over yonder. 3 different combats going on at once. Seraphins seem to be doing fairly alright over here, but they're not going to win all that much. They have got a veteran superior at the moment, but this Commissar adding to the melee capabilities of the Steel Legionnaires. These Steel Legionnaires armed with a pistol, not pistol, a rifle, knife, a knifle. That's how badass they are. They can equip themselves with a knife and a rifle all in the same hand. The Rough Riders being left to ride rough in the Sisters' base. The Sisters don't seem to mind too much. They are just chilling out, continuing to... Oh no, never mind. They are going to turn on their haunches and go straight back towards the Rough Riders. Canoness throws out a blinding light ability, reducing the accuracy and the line of sight of these Rough Riders. Do quite like the way she waggles her sword in the air. Oh dear, we've got a unfortunate guardsman just hanging out. Haha! Little bit of banter there for you boys and girls back at home. But yeah, Rough Riders still in the base. Seraphins still doing what they can. Missionaries full squad at the moment. No shotguns yet, but they don't need them. 67 and 0 green money for the Sisters, compared to the 103 and 20 of the Steel Legion, and they're going to go for tier 2 at the moment. So, Sisters spending a lot of time and resources in getting these Seraphins up and running, and these aren't cheap girls to keep online. They cost green money, they cost blue money.
Saddle up.
I mean, they're doing a very, very good job at harassing these Rough Riders, but I mean, the Rough Riders were able to take down the relic and one of the strategic points for the Sisters, so not sure if the Sisters have done even that much economic damage back.
Location secured.
No, I don't think they've even decapped once.
Any task, any place, anywhere.
Anyway, tier 2 been popped for the Steel Legion. Going to go for a Pioneer Squad once again. Another generator plant. Potential for some big tanks on the way.
We must seek.
And for the Sisters, I suppose it's just a case of being on the defensive now. They must know that their early aggression has not afforded them any favours with the God Emperor. They must know that they are behind economically. So they've got to at least, well, either play defensively or do a surgical strike and try and push the Steel Legion out. Oh, I do quite like this little ridge. They are able to fire down on the Seraphins as they try and decap this critical location. Commissar firing with his mighty bolt pistol. We get a cinematic over-the-view shot. Look at that. It's like as if we are in the jungles of not Cadia, the other one. The jungle planet, Catachan. There we go. Well, like Catachan, but maybe like less death all the time. Campaign honours, improved targeting bionics. That is a Lord Commander ability, I do believe. Also gone for a Hero War Gear, Power Fist, and Storm Bolter.
The enemy is near.
Seraphins decided to just jump over. So an Armageddon pattern Chimera, able to get an autocannon with a tank bunker, as well as a missile launcher. What are the Sisters doing economically wise? Have they got another... I mean, they've got pennies, but they are sorely lacking in tech at the moment. That Chimera on the field, it's going to be a very difficult situation for them if the Steel Legion decide to push out. Look at the range on that bad boy. Not doing a seriously impressive amount of damage, but enough to make the Sisters think twice. Anything else crazy going on in the Steel Legion base? Oh, straight to tier 3, never mind. Big toys for the Steel Legion boys are on the way. They have access to lots of very, very special kinds of tanks. Rough Riders, once again, chasing down the Seraphim squads. These Seraphins don't look too keen to scrap now that the Chimera is on the field. Just going to chase them all the way back home, leading them towards their plasma farm, which is maybe not the wisest of decisions, especially with this listing post. Although there is a Purgatus, there we go, Purgatus minefield, which will scare these lads away. But yeah, still no tier 2. We go for another plasma generator. missionary squad just chilling out over here. There's going to have to be some serious micro from the Sisters of Battle here if they want to still remain relevant into the late game as it goes on. Tank bunker now finished.
We are taking fire.
Do have a combat going on over here. Same old. Woman versus horse. And it does seem like that the women will win. Rough Riders almost being taken out there if they got a good surround on them. But yeah, this combination of Chimera and Steel Legion Guardsmen
It is a judgment.
is a tough nut to crack indeed. And Tank Ace is going to be on the field. That's the tank with the ridiculously long gun. Also a commander unit, I do believe. Surfins are starting to see if they can sneak around the other side, where the Steel Legion are less, and focus maybe on tapping out one or two of these listening posts. Under a blaze of dust and horse hoofs, do the Rough Riders come to aid their comrades around the relic. Tank Ace has popped. Not yet decided to come round over here. Angelic Visage going on the Seraphins now. Will allow them to melt anything and everything that they come in contact with. If they can stay online, will decide to jump away there to the safety of these missionaries.
It is a judgment.
Slapping the horses with their big old books on a stick.
It is a judgment.
Canoness being the linchpin of their formation.
To be your will made flesh.
We do have some Sisters Retribution squads. Gonna go for some multi-melters. Ideal for bashing tanks. But we are now starting to see that Steel Legion is going to get some plasma rifles, which will be absolutely lethal against those Sisters Retribution squads if they are left unheeded. Big old tank case moving forward. We'll get a little bit of a look on this guy. Look at the gaff on that rifle. Not rifle, the barrel of that gun. And it's a bit chaotic at the moment. Sisters and horses. Plasma fire. Multi-melters trying to take on that Chimera. As the Canoness tries to tie up the Steel Legion Guardsman over on the other side. There was some missile launch on the Steel Legion Guardsmen at the back, anticipating some vehicles from the Sisters, but no suitable targets are available at the moment. Canoness being absolutely butchered by these plasma guns. Seraphins will not want to stay in close combat, neither once this Tank Ace comes rolling in. 103 and 50 as this push begins, compared to 97 and 39.
Reporting for duty.
And with wet boots come wet dreams as the Steel Legion push towards the Sisters once again. Healing hands falling on the missionaries as they try and regain their composure. Gonna go for a shotgun or two. But the Sisters, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get another Canoness.
Taking fire.
No major things going on.
Ready to spear.
Assault, Armageddon Pan Chimera moving forward. We're going to be shot in the face by the Sisters Retribution squad.
The latest
Just managed to survive that.
Furnace Forge.
But one problem with Steel Legion is that they do not have access to repairing units until Tier 2, which obviously is in Tier 3 now. But they need that special repairing tank if they so wish to repair things. Pioneers, packed to the brim with guns and shovels, completely forgot to bring their toolkits. The Ace of Spades moving in, locking its sights on this listening post. Also, a little bit of a setup time for that gun. So does need to be careful of that. Seraphid squad's moving forward. This is a lot of firepower for them to deal with.
To build is to conquer.
Purgatus Minefield still waiting to be activated.
We
do now have the Commissar with his Power Claw. Definitely not Commissar Yavik, we promise yet. T-posing away as he runs towards battle and combat. He'll be slowly taking down this listening post. The sisters, are they going to build something? So they've finally gone for tier 2. They are going to go for a penitent engine. Exactly what the Doctor ordered. We'll be able to run straight up to these Steel Legion Guardsmen and tie them up. Very good against tanks, as tanks are not known for their close combat capabilities. Pegasus Minefield is going to delay the advance ever so slightly. That Pegasus engine needs to come out quick, sharpish, if they want to save their plasma generators and listing post.
4 minutes until
Listing post could turn around, causing a conflagration of burning badness for the Steel Legion. Penitent engine moving forward, trundling along. Flames are burning. Morale has been broken on the Steel Legionnaires. Surfins jumping around the side. Tank Ace wanted to get out of that space. And the Rough Riders are over yonder, trying to distract the sisters for a little bit. Holding off the retreat. Or how would I say? Screening the retreat while breaking the morale and losing some models themselves. We do have a Lehman Russ Executioner with a Commissar on top with his power sword. We've all seen that meme image. Hip, get me closer. Driver, I want to hit them with my sword. Grenade going down on these Seraphims. Angelic Visage, trying to get these guys away from the critical location. These guys have got no upgrades there.
I am empowered to deliver justice.
But you don't seem to mind getting into close combat, like we said earlier on. Penitent engine activating some explosive goodness. The Lehman Russ Executioner have a good amount of tanks for the Steel Legion on the field at the moment. Also got some stormtroopers on the way. These Steel Legion Guardsmen are going to be dead very soon. Once they're dead, the Penitent engine will turn her gassy visage over to this pattern Chimera and very quickly beat it into the ground. Morale has been broken as Commissar Yarek has gone. Well, it's not called Yarek, but for all intents and purposes, he has gone down. The tanks will have to fall back against the Penitent engine's advance. We have a Trojan on the field. That's the building tank.
until taken hold of victory.
Stormtroopers moving into the sisters' base, trying to get behind the front lines and cause some mischief and mayhem. Absolutely lethal at range. Gonna get some more units in there. Well, some more models in their unit. Double Penitent engine. Gonna give them the old 2 fists of fury.
For orders, sir.
Although this Penitent engine might want to be repaired at some point. Lehman Russ Executioner being able to fire while it's retreating, which is certainly not what these Penitent engines want. They don't quite have the movement speed to catch up with them. There is a battle of attrition. Do I quite like how it's firing 2 barrels as well. Reminds me of that. Was it Command and Conquer where there was like that Russian tank with the 2 barrels that you could get? Their super tank. Oh, hold on. Oh, well, sorry about that, boys and girls. My game crashed for some strange reason. Well, I mean, I do know the reason why. I haven't updated my video drivers for about like 2 months. And am I going to do that today? Absolutely not. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Well, this Penitent engine is about to suffer some penance, but manages to survive with a very narrow sliver of health. Transfer to it over here. Oh no, never mind. It died. Oh, well, one of them died. Potentially another one has died, but the Commissar has been killed just before I was able to get a death in there, so that's a benefit. Last cannon transfer turrets doing their business. Penitent engine not caring one iota about her own well-being, just going to die straight away. Waste of resources there.
30 seconds until...
Oh dear, 30 seconds till taking all victory for Blueman. Blueman being the Steel Legion player. Sisters just narrowly getting that decap in there. Oh, but it's still going on. Oh, it's gonna be quite close. Oh, it looks like that the sisters have just narrowly squeaked out, surviving this critical location loss. There we go, 4 seconds to spare. Lucky ladies indeed. What are the Steel Legion going to do? Going to repair their Lehman Russ Exterminator. Going for a airship. The potential vendettas and all that. Tank Ace is coming out. Well, another tank case. Sorry, in fact, did they lose their original tank case? They did.
Ready for
Still got their Lehman
boss.
Exterminator. Tank case now out on the field. Lord Commissar coming up once again to play. Stormtroopers with their triple melter guns should be able to sneak past the sisters and cause some havoc in the base. We do have two Rough Riders just staring, enjoying the wonderful view. The mountains of risky business have been known for their beauty.
Men of Armageddon.
We do have Penitent Engine in the base, just punching away. Like an episode of Metabots, if you remember that show from Fox Kids many moons ago. A poor man's Digimon, a poor man's Pokemon, but I like that program. Penitent Engine, probably overextended, probably stayed a little bit too long. 118 and 57 compared to 126 and 59. Penitent Engine will go down. Canoness went on a bit of a mission herself. Oh, the engine survives for a little bit. Do have the Stormtroopers and the Steel Legions moving in. Oh, Guardsmen, sorry. Probably going to continue pushing down here once they remember what they're there for. Confessor on the field. We do have a Lehman Russ Exterminator fighting these Battle Sisters. The Battle Sisters have an ability where they could toggle on temporarily things like Blessed Ammunition for Faith. Lets their weapons be good against basically everything for a limited amount of time.
We know our place.
There we go, you can see that here, these Battle Sisters, effective against... Oh, no, never mind, it's because they've got a melter gun.
We know our place.
Okay, fair enough. Penitent Engine once again slapping around this tank case. Lehman Russ Exterminator going toe-to-toe with these ladies, but this is a lot of melter guns in the form of Sisters Retribution Squads. Trojan is also going to go down. The Steel Legion might seem like they're on the back foot here, but they have managed to bring it all back with this backroom shenanigans. Confessor is trying to tie up these Steel Legions, but I'm not sure if those are the targets you want to go for. Probably these dudes, the infiltrated dudes. Running very low on health. Seeming like he's just enjoying the fire. Guardsman, slow but surely been whittled down by the Inferno Pistol of the Confessor. Confessor will now decide to just bees past these guys. Main HQ has gone down. And the sisters over here, they don't seem all that bothered. So it's a bit of a base trade at the moment. A bit of a base race, but not entirely sure that the sisters will win this. There's a lot more tech, a lot more buildings for the sisters to actually get through. Well, the Steel Legion already going through their HQ and some other bits and bobs. Yeah, it is a bit of a dud deal. This Confessor has gone down. Savage won't be able to stand up against the fire of the infiltrated Stormtroopers. The Listing Post bringing the heat and the fire to the Steel Legionnaires, but won't do all that much. Missionaries moving forward with their keen vision. They will spot these Stormtroopers. Now potentially time to claw back what is rightfully theirs in the form of a HQ, with the Ecclesiastical Chapel once again being built up. Stormtroopers kind of just been left alone. Will decide to retreat backwards now. While this is going on, Sisters Retribution Squad being chased around by this tank ace. More guardsmen moving forward. Also going to see Stormblade. I do believe that is a relic unit for the Steel Legion. Like a Bane Blade, but, well, just more Steel Legion-ish, I guess. This is Retribution forgetting to run away. We'll go ham against these Stormtroopers while the Sisters Repentia moves forward. Scantily clad, but feeling bad about the sins that they've committed. Will try and do what they can against these guys. The Sister Battle regular old squad with their blessed ammunition absolutely melting anything and everything that those blessed bullets touch. Tank Ace protecting these guys as they fall back, but might not be able to stand the test of time. Will all be down to how the Stormblade is used in this engagement.
Until taken hold victory.
Go 1 minute to take an old victory from Nia, the Sisters of Battle player. Whoever the Steel Legion can decap in time. It's got one over here and one over here, but not captured that one, so that is something to keep in mind. I need to decap one critical location. I would have a Stormblade now, and that's a huge boy. That plasma gun, hearing it pulsate.
30 seconds.
Even when we're way over here,
Hold victory.
you can still hear it from. But we'll just sit there, nice and calm like, for the moment, as these Sisters Retribution Squad fall to the last gunfire of the Stormtroopers. Hopefully we will get to see one shot coming from this Stormblade, as the battle seems to be
It is a judgment. We know
in a precarious situation for the Sisters. I imagine once they see this bad boy rolling down the river, they'll think, nah mate, not something we want to mess with. That's a big blue fit. Firing away, missing. Not the most accurate gun, apparently. There we go, look at that.
place.
Tasty tank, tasty gun. Oh, it took a couple of shots to annihilate that
Emperor, do not
holy building. And yeah, this looks like, there we go, Neo throws out the GG. And that is all she wrote in the grand scheme of things. Look at that, one shot from the plasma cannon. Absolutely annihilating everything within its touch. And he throws out the GG, so there we go. So yeah, it's a bit of back and forth. One moment I thought that the Steel Legion were going to absolutely ham it. Then the Sisters kind of clawed it back with these penitent engines. But when that Storm engine came out, that Stormblade, sorry, yeah, there was no doubt in my mind then. Cool, anyway, mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.